I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today, again, I don't know how many days we've been in this courtroom recently, but we are back in the courtroom of Judge Sean Perkins out of the state of Michigan. And one of our old friends is back in Judge Perkins' courtroom with a new case by the name of Bernard Little. Now, many of you may not know who Bernard Little is. He's actually one of the first sovereign citizens I've ever covered when I started this channel. I actually have 3 appearances with Bernard Little before Judge Perkins from the past. But this is a new case. So what I'm going to do, because when I started this channel months ago, I did not group appearances together as they came out. So I know that they're all over the place. So what I'm going to do for you, as always, I'm going to put all 3 of his first appearances out of his old case before Judge Perkins here in this video, and then we'll add the new case at the end. There will be chapters in between just in case you've seen any of those. But if you've seen any of those or you haven't, you that seen it know that, man, Judge Perkins and Bernard Little is definitely cinema. From arguments to laughs together, Bernard Little getting crazy with the prosecutor, saying some wild stuff out of his mouth, man, just off the chain. So definitely check out those first before you check out this new one, because I can't wait to get into this and see what Bernard Little has going on. But with that being said, I know I talk too much. I'm excited. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into these proceedings.
City of Detroit versus Bernard Brandon Little, case number SP 1513015, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1513029-1. Appearance, please.
Yes, Sheriff Harris, on behalf of Mr. Little. For purposes of arraignment, my client stands mute.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, sir. I've got a payment plan devised from your department.
Turn your camera on, please, sir, first of all.
Okay. I just hit it.
Do you want representation by this very good lawyer, or you're not?
Well, she works for the state, doesn't she not?
All right, go ahead. What do you got going on, Mr. Little? What do you want to tell me?
What I'm saying is I got on a payment plan to pay these tickets. I got the payment thing right here in my hand.
Okay, you pay him. You still got to do this no ops.
What's the no op?
Without a valid license.
Say that again.
Operating a motor vehicle without a valid license.
Do I not have the right to travel? I have dominion over this land, right?
I knew that was. I could anticipate that argument. All right. So what do you? That's not gonna. How do you want to proceed? Because I'm not buying that.
I would like to honor this contract.
I'm not buying that.
What you mean you're not buying it? It's your contract. It's your contract.
It's not my contract. You want a trial date? You want to work the deal out? Take failure to display, $240. Plead guilty.
They got me paying $400. They got me paying $445. That's what they got me paying.
Well, you don't want any help on that, so you want to come with the I have the contract argument, and
no, what I'm saying is this, Your Honor, not to disrupt you. I got on a payment plan because of the tickets. Y'all sent me tickets to my house, right? Okay. They put me on a payment plan to pay the tickets off right here. This is what I have in my hand. It's a schedule stating to pay the tickets off. That's why we here today for the tickets, right?
Yes.
Or is it something else? Are y'all trying to get my bonds? Is my bonds here?
So here's the deal, sir. You have 3 civil infractions of improper plate, expired plate, and no insurance, and you have 1 misdemeanor, and that's a no ops. So the misdemeanor is punishable by 93 days in jail, and that's the maximum possible penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. This is for purposes of arraignment for Mr. Little. And
Is
if,
that
let me
is
finish.
that,
I'll let you finish. Let me finish.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And you have, you can pay a civil infraction anytime you want to. That when you pay it, that is admitting responsibility by making that payment.
I've already made a payment.
There, you're not letting me finish.
Yes, sir.
The misdemeanors are not something that you can pay. Those need to be adjudicated first. So that's why you had to come to court on those tickets. I see that you entered into a payment plan with those civil infractions. So we're going to strike SP 1513015 counts 1, 2, and 3 from the record, and we'll just proceed with SP 1513029. How do you want to proceed? How do you want to proceed on the operating without a license, a vehicle without a license?
I don't believe I have the authority to travel as I need to travel.
All right, I'm denying that. I'm gonna consider that as a motion, and I'm denying that. Okay.
It's no motion. It's a fact. It's a fact, Your Honor.
Well, that's what you argue that. You appeal my decision then, and you go to a further court and argue that. You take all that to the Supreme Court and see what they say. I don't care.
Why would I have to do that, Your Honor? If you honor your hold on.
Motion. That's why. All right. So how do you want to proceed? Do you want to plead guilty today, or do you want me to set a trial date?
I'm not an animal, man.
You're breaking up, sir.
I say animals plead by high like that. I don't plead.
All right, so I'm going to set a trial date. You want a jury trial, or do you want to judge by a trial by a jury, or you want me to hear the case?
If I could not get a fair case regardless, Your Honor, because you're an agent of the state. And as if I get a jury, that the jury will be an agent of the state, because once they register to vote, they become an agent of the state. So how can I get a fair trial in that, Your Honor?
I don't know, but we got to move this case along. Let's get a jury trial date.
Yeah,
I'm not going to spend any more time. There's a lot of people here that want to get their case heard.
Yes, sir. Can I ask you what jurisdiction do you have over me, Your Honor?
Can I?
Go ahead, Ms. Harris. He doesn't want your representation. You're an agent of the state too.
I'll accept that. I was just going to ask the court if the court would consider dismissal based on the fact that he did pay other civil infractions and admit.
He hasn't paid anything yet. He only
yes,
paid.
I have. Yes, I have. I have paid.
He paid $20. He paid $20. He paid $20.
That's a part of my agreement. That was a part of my agreement, Your Honor. Not $40, not $60. It was $20. $20 each payment. That's what I did. I didn't give him more than what I agreed to. I gave him what I verbalized and I agreed to, sir.
Very good. Very good. Ms. Snyder, what do you want to do? Do you want to set a trial date on this, or do you want to dismiss the case and let him pay the other stuff?
Alex Schneider for the people, P80322. I missed what the actual charges he has left are, Your Honor?
He has a no ops, he has a no insurance, and the others are civil infractions, no insurance proof, expired plates, and improper display of plates. He did enter into a payment plan, I saw. For the 3 civil infractions.
I'd ask that we keep it on the jury trial schedule, Your Honor. That might be something we consider down the road, but I think we can set it for jury trial now.
Jury trial day.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Say that again, Mr. Little.
Say that again, what?
What comment did you make?
I'm not sure what you want you speaking about.
Speak up now, say it, speak up.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Instead of talking under your breath.
I'm talking to another person on the phone. Another phone.
May the 7th. May 7th, jury trial date, 2024 at, let's say,
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. Is my bonds there in court today?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? You should know.
I'm not giving this any more time, but what I'm giving you now. Final pretrial date. Final pretrial date is going to be, so your next court date, your jury trial date is going to be May 7th. And then we'll set a final pretrial date for the week before that, March the 30th. All right.
So can you tell me the 2 dates again, please?
March the 30th at 8:30 is going to be your final pretrial date. And your trial date is going to be May the 7th at 10 a.m. And as for the bond question, I don't see any bond down here. All right.
Are you done with me?
I'm done. If it's nothing further, be happy New Year to you. Be safe. I'll see you back on March the 30th.
New Year start April 1st, sir.
All right. Bye, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
City of Detroit, Bernard Brandon Little, case number SP 1513015, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 151309291. SP 1556287, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1556352, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1556353, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Mr. Little.
Bernard.
Your full name?
Bernard. I'm not the corpse. I'm not the corpse. I'm not the fiction that they send me, the caps. I'm not that caps.
So who gave you the last name Little? Your mother?
The government did.
Your mother didn't give you that last name?
The government gave it to me.
She had to tell the government, didn't she?
The government. She was the agent of the state.
She was the agent of the state? All right. What are we going to do with these cases, Mr. Little or Mr. Bernard?
I would like to know which jurisdiction I'm being tried under so I can adequately defend myself, Your Honor.
Read the court rules. I'm not here to give you a law school instruction. Read the court rules.
What do you mean? As a matter of record, I would like it to be placed on a matter of record how I'm being, what
I'm
venue
not.
you are using, Your Honor.
That's not my obligation, okay? You
What do you mean
have,
it's not your obligation? It is your obligation. You took an oath to uphold. Excuse me.
Mr. Little,
Yes, sir.
let's stop. Let's stop, all right?
What do you mean
I'm
stop?
don't talk while I'm talking, first of all.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Secondly, it is not my obligation to read you the court rules. You're here. If you don't want a lawyer that is...
I'm not asking you to read me the court.
I'm not finished talking. If you don't want a lawyer that's versed in the rules, then you are obligated to know the rules yourself. Okay? So all of that, what kind of jurisdiction it is and all of that stuff, I'm not here to teach you that. I'm here.
You're not here to teach me, but you're here to inform me what jurisdiction that you're operating in, so I could defend myself. I'm not asking you to teach me anything. You're not teaching me anything. You're notifying me of what jurisdiction that you're operating in. Are you operating in commerce? Are you operating in military? What capacity are you trying me in?
This is district court.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm demanding. I'm not asking you anything. I'm demanding you tell me what process are you charging me of? Or are you charging this fiction of? Are you trying to get the bonds? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You haven't notified me in the capacity how to defend myself.
This is district court. These are criminal cases. Read the Michigan rules of court.
That's not explaining which venue you are attacking me with. That's not what court. The court is the court 36th district is not a venue. It's a place. It's an establishment.
It explains everything.
It's not explaining nothing. I'm asking you to explain which jurisdiction are you heading me in? That's a simple question. Why are you running from the question? That's the answer. What's the problem with you answering the question, Your Honor?
You're going to be the third person that I give 30 days for contempt of court to if you do not.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Your Honor?
Wait a minute. There's going to be some proper decorum in here, right? You're not going to sit here and you're not going to overtalk me. I've given you the answer to your question. If you don't like the answer, let me finish. If you don't like the answer that I'm giving you, then you file a motion on whatever you think jurisdiction is and wherever you think the case should be dismissed.
It's not about what.
Now you about to go there, all right? One more time, you interrupted me, and we're gonna go there. I said that gives you your opportunity to speak to the court through a motion. So whatever you say, whatever kind of path you want to take with these cases, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. But you have to put it in writing now, okay? So I can read it, the city can respond to it, and then I can make a ruling off of who I think is in accordance with the law. All right, Mr. Little?
You still, Your Honor, I'm trying to address this matter properly. Okay.
And I'm telling you how to address it properly.
But you still haven't told me what venue you addressing me in.
I just told you, you didn't like my answer. So with that being said, we're not going to go back over this again. You're going to either set the matter for a pretrial date. I'll give you an opportunity to write motions, and you can put whatever you feel that the law is, the state of the law as you know it, or the state of the law as it is, or with the court rules and the statutory laws and everything. You can put that in there, and then I will let Ms. Snyder or somebody from the city law department respond, and then I will make a ruling on how I feel who's on the right side of the law or not, okay?
Your Honor, am I on record?
You are on record.
I'd like to make a matter of record that Your Honor hasn't answered my question properly.
Okay.
I'm not satisfied with Your Honor's answers to my questions. I also feel as though I've been threatened. I feel like I'm under duress right now or coercion. I like that to be a matter of record. And I'll let you do what you got to do, Your Honor.
Okay, so we have a jury trial date already set for 4 of the cases. We'll add these other cases to that jury trial date on May the 7th.
May the 7th?
Yeah, it was a final pretrial set for the 30th of March, which would be on, which would be actually, that was a bad date because the 30th of March is Saturday. So we'll set another final pretrial date and give you a good date. And these motions, let's give you a motion date before May the 7th. Why don't you give me the motions by April the 26th, your motion will be due. So that's a time where you, that's April the 26th, 4/26/2024, motions due, and the response to those motions, if you write them, will be on Friday, May the 3rd. The city will respond if they choose to respond. And then we'll set a final pretrial date, final pretrial on May the 6th. So your next court date will be a day before the jury trial date on May the 6th. And then I'll make a ruling on the motions on that day. I'll have read your motion. If the city responds, I'll read their response, and then I'll make a ruling on the motion, and we'll see if May 7th that we need that order that jury. All right. You have any further questions, sir? That's May 6th at 8 a.m.
Say that again.
May 6th at 8:30 a.m. So let's go over it one more time. The motions are due on April the 26th, 2024. You don't have to appear, but the motions have to be on my desk by May 26th. And I suggest you forward a copy of that motion to the city attorney. And then
you say April 26th or May 26th?
April 26th. April 26th, the motion's due. The response will be due on May the 3rd. We'll have a final pretrial date. That'll be your next court date for May the 6th at 8:30. And then we'll have a jury trial date set for May the 7th at 10 a.m. on all the matters, all right?
Yes, sir.
So you put whatever you need to put in that motion, however you feel the state of the law is. I would like to be able to read what you're talking about because I don't really understand your position right now, all right?
We don't understand each other's position, Your Honor. That's what we're trying to come. That's what we're trying to come together with.
And that's the purpose of the motion. That's the purpose of putting all of
that
information you have in the motion so I can read it and review it. I might not still understand it. We probably are not going to understand each other's position.
Oh, you will, Your Honor. You will, because it's your language. It's your language.
I'll read it. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. And just moving forward, let's not argue about the situation. Let's have a conversation about the situation so we can have a little bit better decorum next time. All right, Mr. Little?
It's never argument, Your Honor. It may be just agreement. You know, cause see, I'm passionate about it because my life on the line.
All right.
Not only
All
my
right.
life, my trust. So, you know, there's a lot going on that, you know, ones ain't aware of that I'm aware of, as far as them bonds and things of that nature.
All
So,
right.
you know, I'm fighting for a lot.
All right. If it's nothing further, sir, have a very good day. Best of luck to you. All right.
You do the same.
All right. The city of Detroit versus Bernard Brandon Little. Case numbers SP 1513015, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 151302991. SP 1556287, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1556352, counts 1 and counts 2. And SP 1556353, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexis Schneider for the people, P80332. I have one of the issuing officers present.
Okay, and good morning, officer. Can you state your name for the record and your badge and cover, please?
Yes, sir. Officer Brown, badge number 1410 out of the 11th precinct.
Your Honor, could I get officer to repeat his name? I had the printer going at the part of the time.
Yes, Officer Paramo, badge number 1410 out of the 11th precinct.
Can you spell your last name?
Outside voice.
Oh, louder?
Yeah, because we're over here. That's
okay. Okay, Officer Paramo, badge number 1410.
Spell the last name, please.
Paramo.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Little, good morning to you. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Bernard, for the record.
Today is the date and time set for a trial on the matters. Let's deal with the officers that did not show. SP 1556287, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1556352, counts 1 and counts 2. And SP 1556353, counts 1 and counts 2. I'm gonna, on the court's own motion, I'm gonna dismiss those because the officer did not appear.
For the record, Your Honor, I'd like the record to reflect those matters are dismissed without prejudice, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Edward Taylor appearing with Mr. Little as advisor.
Very well. I'll dismiss the matters and they will be without prejudice. But the officer's gonna have to come with a very good excuse for why he didn't show up today. He didn't give any response. But now, nonetheless, those matters will be dismissed. Okay. Now, we have the SP 1513015, 2 and 3, and the SP 1302991 left. Mr. Little, the problem that we have here is that we don't have a jury.
Okay. We'll set it for another date for a jury.
We would have to, but I'm gonna say this. Mr. Okay. On the initial matters, SP 1513015, counts 1, 2, and 3 were all civil infractions. And you entered into an agreement to pay those civil infractions.
Yes, if you allow me to elaborate, John, my honor. Your prosecutor had an issue, and I decided, well, I wanted to figure out what she was going to do in return to me paying that, because I had already come up with an agreement with the court. So that was like a contradiction, because I didn't agree to go back and forth.
Wait, you're confusing me now.
Well, I was confused too.
How are you confused?
Because
you set up the payment plan.
I had agreement with the court as a payment plan, right? I wound back up in court.
All right, just silence your device, please.
Uh, with the courts to pay it. I got back in court. She didn't want to honor it.
Okay, Ms. Snyder, go ahead.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Little might be describing just paying civil infractions without coming to court, which is something that citizens are able to do in this jurisdiction. He would have to come to court with a misdemeanor. I don't have an independent recollection of that, but that might be something I would do, not agree to dismiss the misdemeanor for a payment plan. I did share with him before he had his appointed counsel, his license comes back from suspension in 10 days.
I don't want to.
He doesn't want a license.
I don't ever want a license.
He doesn't feel that he needs to even have a license, right? I mean, come on, that's what the real is, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
At some point, though, you wanted a license, didn't you?
Yeah, when I was 12.
And at some point, you were Bernard Little.
No, we never have it.
Never been?
Never been.
So what did your mom name you when
My
you
mom named me Bernard. That's what she named me.
And where did the Little come from?
I don't know, my slave master, I guess.
Now, that might be true. Now, that might be true.
It may be even come from my tribe.
It may be. You may have a point there. But at some point, your mom, what do you have to say about that, Mr. Taylor?
It's above me, Your Honor.
It's above. So what it is this. He's entered into an agreement to pay civil infractions, 3 of them. I see it here. I think he made a payment for it.
I did, Your Honor. I stopped paying once I came to court.
All right.
So it was denied access to pay.
What do we want to just dismiss the misdemeanor? He's paying a related civil infractions?
I have no objections to that, Your Honor.
I think that. All right. All right. I'm going to dismiss SP 151-30291. I am going to note the contradiction in your actions, though.
What's that, sir?
By you paying this, you're admitting that you should have expired plates, that you should have plates and no insurance, or are you just saying, hey, I'm not even gonna deal with it, the state and the city is so off base with what they're doing.
Yes.
I don't have time to.
Thank you, Your Honor, for saying it.
I got that. I
Thank you.
Case dismissed, and we don't have a problem anymore. I'm gonna waive any warrant. I don't see any warrant fees. That'll be that'll close the matter up.
Everything's closed, Your Honor.
Everything except for he needs to continue on with the payment plan.
Very well.
And those matters will either he'll either pay them or they'll go into default again, and they'll come after him civilly for the money. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, take care, everybody.
This is the city of Detroit. These are the cases that make me famous. Versus Bernard Brandon Little, case number SP 169-5294, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 169-5296, counts 1 and counts 2. Here for the record, please.
Oh, that's Mary.
I don't know if you can see represented. Mr. Little, good morning to you. State your name for the record, please. You have to unmute yourself, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
State your name. State your name for the record, please. You keep breaking up. I think you just muted yourself again. Press the unmute.
Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
Bernard Little, making a special appearance.
Everybody's making a special appearance, aren't they? All right, what are we gonna do with these cases, sir? See where we're at. What are we gonna do with these cases?
I would like to resolve these cases, Your Honor.
right.
Is the officer here?
Let me do this one of two ways. You either take a plea or set a trial date.
I'm not
What
going
do you want?
to take a
Or-
plea. I would like to ask for a dismissal on the grounds of jurisdiction. Also, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I would also like to know if the officer is here.
Today's date time set for a pretrial. Officer doesn't have to be here on the date of trial. That would be time for the officer to come in. Let me make sure it's pretrial. Pretrial, yeah. If you want to set a trial date, the officer would have to be here at that time. I'm going to deny your motion that you just made on the grounds that you made on the grounds of jurisdiction. I'm going to deny that motion. All right. So I want to set a.
Can you make it a matter of records that I request that they approve jurisdiction? You skilled me?
I made it a matter. You made a record of it. You made the motion. There's on the record.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to set a jury trial date.
Yes, sir.
Can I get a jury trial date? Let me see. Did you come down here before for a jury trial date in person?
Yeah. Yes.
And on that date, your cases got dismissed, didn't they?
Yes.
And you indicated something that time that you just want to pay something. Is that Mr. Little I'm thinking about?
You probably are correct.
And in all these years, you had a valid driver's license. And then all of a sudden, that's when we talked about, I said, you just woke up one morning and said, all of this stuff is a sham, and I don't believe in it, right?
No, it's a process. We work.
That's what we talked about when we dismissed the cases the last time, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to know if my memory served me correctly. So
jury trial is June 24th.
June 24th, jury trial. How many dates? Let's see what we have scheduled for June 24th. I don't think that's a good date.
Oh, there's 11.
Yeah. So we don't have June. We have to push it back.
Okay, let's see. On July 8th.
I think it's 2 on July 8th. You know how this works, Mr. Little. I'm going to set a jury trial date, and the day before that jury trial date, I'm going to set a final pretrial date. On that date, the officer must appear on the final pretrial date to make sure that we're not calling the jury in and inconveniences the great citizens of the city of Detroit and bringing them in without with knowing that the officer's not here. What is that on?
July 8th, there's no juries scheduled for that day. And that's your next.
All right, let's make it July 8th, Mr. Little. July 8th, 2025 at 9 a.m. The day before July the 8th will be July the 7th. We're gonna call that a final pretrial 2025. So the next date I need you to appear is July the 7th, 2025 at 8:30, and expecting to have a trial in person on July the 8th. You don't have to come in person for the pretrial, but you do have to come in person for the trial if it goes. We'll know that on July the, and all parties must appear for the final pre-trial. Okay, Mr. Little?
Yes.
Any other records you want to make, sir?
What do I want to say? I just want to make a matter of record. I'm the free man. I'm not the.
I can see that. I can see that. You're not calling from a prison yard.
No. No,
Okay,
not at all.
All right.
Okay.
Is that
And I
all?
also like to make a matter of record. I like to make a matter of record.
All this is for TV, by the way.
Well, it's being recorded on both ends, your end and my end. So, also like to make a matter of records. I would like to know if the bonds is in court today.
The what?
The bond, the surety bonds that's created for this case.
You have a $0 bond.
No, the surety bonds that's sitting on your desk. When you flip open the file, are they sitting on your desk today? I want to make a matter of record that they are in court.
I have no clue what you're talking about. If there's nothing further, Mr. Little, have a very good day and best of luck to you, okay?
Mm-hmm. You as well.
All right, thank you.
Well, guys, we have come to the end of those old appearances by Bernard Little and this new one. And what did I tell you guys? Did I not tell you that there's a lot of history here, a lot of laughs, a lot of back and forths? But me personally, I'm not going to do really any commentary on those old ones. But me personally, I feel like Judge Perkins definitely kind of likes Bernard Little. Just from some of his interactions in the past with him, and even with this new interaction, you know, just kind of being a little playful. But Bernard Little, come on, Bernard. He comes in this new case and says, I want this to be dismissed due to lack of jurisdiction, when he's done this in the past and know that it wasn't dismissed. But I know they like to get stuff on the record, which Judge Perkins asked him, listen, you want to get something on the record? You know, he did the whole free man, not the fiction man, and Judge Perkins, in Judge Perkins' form, says, "Oh yeah, I see, you are a free man. You're not doing this from jail." Bernard Little. I mean, I'm just recapping, guys. I love to see Bernard Little and Judge Perkins together. I don't like to see Bernard Little in trouble. If I don't ever see him again, I'm cool with that, because I don't want to see anybody in trouble. But being that he's here and just remembering the old cases, it was just some fun stuff. But as we can see, he has a date coming up. We're definitely going to follow up on that. He got to say what he wanted to say on the record. He's asking for those bonds again. Judge Perkins, man, I don't know what you're talking about. So here we are, guys. But I hope that you enjoyed these videos. I enjoyed them. I kind of like Bernard Little myself. Maybe not his views or whatever have you, but I like his personality, which I think Judge Perkins does also. But with that being said, guys, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for now, guys, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. You guys be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.